Good afternoon.
Hello? Yes.
Hi. If anybody is intending to testify this afternoon, I will need you to have your videos on as well as unmuted, okay? Just want to keep you.
And I am Judy Heine and my husband,
Piotr Komczyński, two of us.
we are the co-owners.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you are?
My name is Ashton Tucker. I'm going to give you guys a rundown, but my name is Ashton Tucker. I'm the zoning hearing examiner for this today's session, okay?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I got Judy Heine. And sir, what was your name? I'm sorry.
Piotr Komczyński. Like
Gotcha.
Peter. Yeah.
All right. And then I have Kenneth Workman.
Yeah.
Yes. Architect.
You're here as the architect on this, sir?
Yes.
You're muted.
Sorry.
Not any longer. Yes, I am the architect. I am the architect.
Okay. And then I have Jeff's iPad 2023. Who am I speaking to now?
Everybody, I think. Right?
Jeff, can you hear us?
She's trying to get, Jeff might be muted.
Just to let you know, Jeff is the general contractor for the project.
Oh, okay, Jeff, yeah.
While he's getting
connecting to audio now.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Yeah.
All righty. All right, let's go ahead and get started. This is the June 11th, 2025 session of the Zoning Hearing Examiner docket. My name is Ashton Tucker. I'm the Zoning Hearing Examiner for the City of Cincinnati, and I'll be presiding over this hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20250048. That is the property at 14.5 Elmhurst Pl, Cincinnati, Ohio. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. The hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. This hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. Next, I will go ahead and have the zoning plan examiner tell me about the staff report that was written and anything else you'd like me to know about this application. Once that happens, if in the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to the application, they will now get to rebut testimony and or offer any argument in opposition. After that, I will allow for closing statements. I will give the last word to the applicant. After all presentations have been made, I will close this hearing and a decision can be expected within 2 to 3 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties that I might experience here, I will do my best to troubleshoot them on the fly as best I can. However, if it is beyond my abilities, I may continue or postpone this hearing at my discretion. Okay. Anybody who is going to be testifying today, I will need you to be off mute and raise your right hand. Looks like Trey is having a hard time.
Are we going to? Okay.
I am. My audio was going out. You still hear me? I mean, my video. You still hear my audio?
I can hear your audio. I don't see you though.
Who is that?
That is Mr. Sheldon at the planning department. So let's give him an opportunity to get his video going, and then we'll swear everybody in all together.
Okay. Let me try to.
Ashton, when I'm making my presentation, can I share my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Jeff in this.
Yeah. He's muted, yeah. He's in his car, you see. Yeah, Jeff is driver car.
Okay.
He's muted.
Waiting for somebody.
There it is. Can you hear me now?
Oh,
I
yeah.
can hear you.
Great.
Okay.
Hang tight. We're just waiting for the zoning plan examiner.
Okay.
All good?
All good. Great.
All right, great.
Fantastic.
All
All
right.
right. Everybody who intends to testify this afternoon would raise their right hand.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Who would like to take the lead from the applicant side?
I will. Kenneth Workman. And yeah, I'll just kind of briefly describe the project. And I'm going to yeah, hold on a second. So sorry, trying to get this oops.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Think can you see my my screen there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me hide the thumbnails. Okay, so yeah, just in short, the project entails an accessory dwelling unit with a 3-car garage, and what we're trying to accomplish with this project, first of all, is to provide living quarters for Peter and Judy's son Peter to occupy. And this project was kind of started or precipitated by a structural failure that's ongoing with an existing 2-car garage somewhere in the distant past, prior to I guess 30 plus years ago at least. The previous owner I guess decided to try and level up some of the front yard, and in doing so raised the grade against the north wall of the existing garage, and also put in some Loffelstein, which are kind of sort of for lack of a better term, sort of industrial sort of segmental retaining wall system, and to level the yard, I guess, make it more usable, and also to expand the drive apron, accessing both the garage and the existing house. Over time, that additional lateral load from the soils being raised, the grade being raised against the north wall of the garage, has caused the garage to tilt toward the south and basically rack. And it's in jeopardy of eventually collapsing due to that load. And so something needed to be done there, and then also with given the situation with trying to provide living quarters for their son, separate from the main residence, brought this project about. So what we're trying to do with this project is to first off accommodate the programmatic needs of our client, and at the same time, do what we can to stabilize the hillside, because obviously we're dealing with a problem situation as we speak. So so essentially, we've undertaken a geotechnical exploration report and engaged Chris Hammett with Hammett Engineering to develop a strategy for making sure that any new retaining walls in the building structure itself are secure in the hillside and help stabilize the hillside. Also, an attempt is being made to kind of clean things up, get rid of as much of the existing Loffelstein walls that we can. And those, I guess I should give you an example here. If you can see the screen there, this is what those look like. They're not particularly attractive. They tend to get weeds and things growing in the midst of them. And they are fairly extensive currently around this structure. And this is the structure which is leaning. There's a better picture of it here. You can kind of see the displacement happening up here and displacement there, and the whole thing. The top part is shifting to the right in this image. So again, it's an attempt to kind of improve the property, stabilize the hillside, solve a programmatic condition with my clients and where they are in their lives and their son and his life. And again, just do this in a professional way with good quality scientific engineering, to make sure that what we do is properly designed and engineered. And we've taken into account the existing structure, tried to make it as much of a compatible structure with the existing home and neighboring properties as well. So that's kind of the gist of it. I think there's maybe one other thing I'm going to show, and I apologize for. Oh well, I should also say the project is situated between. This is the main house that we're looking at here, and this is their existing 2-car garage. And this bay here is barely deep enough to get a car into. This one is not that much better. So in the existing structure, for a large home like that, have just like basically a 1.5-car garage is seemingly a little under what normally you would expect for such a large estate home. This is the property. It's 16 Elmhurst Place, and this would be just to the east of the new accessory dwelling unit structure. And you can kind of see they've got this walled enclosure here, and it's either a 5, or I think it's a 5-car garage that's basically accessed in this auto court area. So the project is essentially between these two garages. This is that front lawn area that we're talked about. You can kind of see over here in the mid-right part of the photograph, the existing garage and how the grade had been raised up almost to the roof line of that. And across the street, there's not a residence directly across the street. There's actually a private school. 3-story portion of a 5-story building is the closest wing to the existing to our project. And let's see, I'm gonna just for one last thing here. Let's see, apologize. Actually, I think Trey has it in the, yeah. I'm going to zoom in on this drawing here. And hopefully I'm not just running through these too quickly or anything, but so this might be a little fuzzy, but this is the existing 2-car garage on the main dwelling. And then this dashed line right here represents the footprint of the existing garage that is going to be demolished. And this is the footprint of the new home. And so essentially we've got a retaining wall along here that helps us to expand and make access into these garages with a vehicle a little bit more convenient. right now, if you can kind of see this little S-shaped curve here, it really restricts access into this bay of the existing garage. And so we've got a paved area here, a basically a 6-inch high curb bounding the paving there, a landscaping bed, and then this is the wall that is, I think, item 2 in the request for relief. And actually, I'm sorry, it's item 1. And this wall is on piers, as is the majority of the of the new structure is on piers, socketed into bedrock. So and importantly too, this line right here, this dashed line, represents the hillside overlay district boundary. So we are just at the very, very edge of the whole overlay boundary. Just clips a little bit of the existing or of the new proposed building. We could have moved it out of that line by moving the structure a little further to the east, but it would have been closer to the adjacent property line, which we felt, we wanted to, preserve that distance as much as possible. The new structure will be about a foot further away from the side property line than the existing nearest point of the existing garage. And so we felt that this, even though it was scooted that portion of the development out of the boundary of the district, hillside overlay district, this is really overall the best place to situate the structure. And I think that pretty well covers it. You can kind of see also one last thing. These light shaded blue areas are existing Loffelstein retaining walls, and there's one here as well. And then to the east, which would be on above the top of the drawing here, there's some additional Loffelstein walls to the east of the existing garage building.
Ken, this is Trey. I'm not going to start doing my regular, my comments or anything right now, but I would think it would be helpful for the zoning hearing examiner to see if you can go down a little bit further to the elevation drawings, so you can understand how it presents as a single story still. You can explain it, but I think it's important for that she understand that from the north, this is still presenting as a single family, as a single story structure with really no greater than the existing garage. So I'll let you go.
So
helpful.
Yeah, good point. This would be the lawn, that lawn area, basically the line of the lawn area, and this is what the elevation would look like from the street. And then there's an existing stone wall, retaining wall that bounds the north side of the existing driveway. That would be this area, right? I'm not sure if you can see my cursor or not, but
I can.
Oh, okay. And so this is the 3 new garage doors that would be at the well, those would be here. And so this is a relatively level area here at essentially the same elevation that it currently is. And then if we come down here again, this would be the retaining wall that we talked about on piers. And then this is a little pathway below that retaining wall that allows access to a sub-basement, just, a little pathway, gravel or mulch pathway. So you kind of see how we are stepping down the hillside. This is the east side of the east elevation. We've kind of broken that retaining wall up into 2 shallower segments, and this whole area, everything you see in this is actually outside the boundary of the overlay district. It really honestly only impacts the building kind of in this area right here.
Okay.
So does that help explain?
Yeah, I get it. Thank you.
Yeah, and then here's this is a cross section here taken directly down the middle of the auto court area. And so that's the existing, well, there's an existing wall there. We're going to replace it with a new wall. And kind of gives you the idea. Here's that the retaining wall in question with the piers and the grade beam, and then the segmental wall on top of that. And then this would be the Loffelstein wall. And then this is that pathway I was just describing.
Okay. All right. Would anybody else from the applicant side like to testify? Please.
Yeah.
I could just add that at the front of the garage, the heavy load of water and soil that's impinging on the garage and the existing garage, causing it to slip and separate. By the way, that garage was built in 1918, so it's seen a few years. That flat area, which a previous owner leveled to make a playground for his 6 kids, that area is also subject to water there's a street storm sewer which just empties into the yard. And so as part of this project, we're going to reconnect that to, I believe there was an old 1900 brick square sewer. We're going to reconnect that to an existing sewer lower down the hill so that we'll take some of the water load off that front load. We've had a hydrologist look at that. So.
Okay. Thank you. Anything from you, Jeff?
No, I'm here for answering any questions, but I don't have much to add at this time.
Okay, thank you. It looks like I had somebody join in the middle of this here, a Brian McNair. Mr. McNair, if you intend to testify to anything today, I do need you to have your camera on as well as be unmuted.
No, there'll be no testimony.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then we'll go ahead and move on to the zoning plans examiner. Mr. Sheldon, what would you like me to know beyond what you've already indicated?
Just to kind of reiterate my findings in this one at the end of my staff report. It's consistent with virtually all of the other hillside development standards, aside from the relief needed here. It is designed with incremental stepping that is supported by drilled piers. We do not count drilled piers as excavation, and we encourage them wherever possible because back some decade, you and I just had this in a hearing for Ida Street a bit ago last week, and we really encourage those drilled piers because in the past they would have dug a huge spread foundation down, and that's not as necessary anymore with the advent of increased use of drilled piers. And that way they can get down to a solid bedrock to limestone with the piers without having to remove a whole bunch of soil. So it's really improves the project. So they've utilized those here, and as Mr. Workman's detailed, where the project stepped very well into the hillside. In fact, even the part that's not in the hillside proper is stepped into to the actual slope there, even though that section of the dwelling is not technically within the hillside overlay. I also feel that that it's just doing both those has minimized the excavation, and it's provide an optimal location for this dwelling where you already had a disturbed area from the existing failing garage. And it also enables, the way Mr. Workman's designed this, it enables the garage outside there, as he showed you, there's that auto court in the middle kind of area between them that allows the garage below the ADU to be on the same grade as the existing garage for the main residence. So there's a common sense functionality to that. Lastly, I wanted to note that tree cover will be minimized, and they're going to be landscaping as need be around there. Of course, the impact on the slope and the tree cover has been minimized by locating in an area that's already been disturbed. You already have a 2-car garage there, and you already have all these areas of these Loffelstein walls that have been put in, as well as the driveway. I noted that the highest retaining wall has an exposed height of 9 feet. and that it's supported below by a reconstructed Loffelstein wall. We run when retaining walls are very close together, we run them together as if they're one wall. Because otherwise, somebody could hypothetically do if that makes sense to you, somebody could hypothetically do a 7-foot wall and a 7-foot wall and a 7-foot wall and not trigger the 8-foot requirement. They could cheat, I don't say cheat the system, but you can see how that would happen. So generally speaking, if someone's like their yards, it's kind of a gray area, but we've always treated when we're reviewing permits, if somebody has retaining walls that create terracing that are, 50 or 100 feet apart, we're not going to count that as one wall. But in this instance, the pathway that Mr. Workman described getting to the kind of sub-basement there that allows passage through there requires reconstructing the area of the Loffelstein wall and then this wall next to it. So that's why it needs the additional relief beyond just that exposed 9 feet of height, is because that Loffelstein wall is only about 3 feet from it, kind of creating a very proximal terrace. But I do note that those are the minimum necessary to support the accessory dwelling and the access drive without extending fill further down slope. And lastly, due to there are no obstruction of any public viewing places identified in a community plan. And as noted, across the street is the Summit Country Day School that is upslope from it, so it's higher. And also it's as you saw from that north side, this is going to present as a one-story. It's going to present as like a one-story structure from that north view, and not quite. Really, the most exposed part of the project will be actually facing the homeowner's principal residence, as you saw, the garages. To the other side, to the east, the view will not be as much. The complete part of it's within into the hill there. So part of it's embedded, just like it is to the north. And in any case, that is the property immediately to the east, as Mr. Workman detailed. That property there, as that ground floor area, is an auto court. So when they pull into their garages on that ground level, they have a brick wall completely surrounding it, like a compound. So when they're at that level of the house, they're not even going to see this. They're not even going to see this structure. So that's it.
All right. And as I said, I would give the last word to the applicant side. Anything further from anybody on the applicant side?
All I can say is, I think, again, we have a situation here where you got structural issues with the existing building, and we got some expensive unsightly Loffelstein walls and all that. I think overall, we're creating a benefit to the homeowners, so that they can continue living in the property as a multi-generational situation. And in the process, stabilizing the hillside and making a greater improvement to the property and the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Anything more?
That's it, yeah.
Okay. All right. So what will happen now is I'm going to go ahead and take all of this under advisement, and I will issue a decision. I just want to be able to review some things here, including some correspondence from the public who did not attend the hearing, but did send us some notes. So I will try to get that decision to you within the next 3 weeks. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Okay.
All right.
Quick
Thank you.
question, are
Yes,
those the public comments available on the record, or are they?
They should, well, they will be on Cages if they are not currently on Cages. I am new at this particular job. So I will be trying to, if they haven't already been uploaded, I will be trying to upload them before, it will be long before the decision is written, probably by the end of the week.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're currently, I'm on Cages Live here.
Okay, great.
And they're
I
not
thought
on it. They're not there yet. So
They're not there yet? Okay, I thought they might
No.
not be. So I will try to get those on there by the end of the week.
Right.
All right.
Okey-doke.
Thank you guys very much. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Very much, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks,
all right.
Jeff.
Thank you, yeah.
Thanks, Ashton.
Thank you.